Hop on board this train. All aboard. Get on this old train. We've taken off, and the train air is rustling from the windows being open and the hearts of the passengers beating with a frenzy of automation. We are living in wondrous times, and I am the master of our destiny. Oh, but oppressive this lever here, and the coal which burns in the kiln and the fire it spawns do heat the vapor and produce these screams of steam. A pull of this cord and the beast awakens, sings its song for the people. Yes, this is my baby, my metal baby, and I ride inside her, a zygote of our love. I am the conductor, and today's ride is brought to you by power. What's that? My goodness! A man is on the tracks ahead. Nothing a pull of this cord can't fix. Why is he still standing there? His figure's no longer a pinprick of jumping flesh, but a bean in my vision, waving his hands with urgency. His car is parked safely behind the barricade, and his uniform is so official. He means me to stop. He means me to stop my own baby, to threaten its supping of life's steam and break my vow to never, ever, ever let it die. No, the passengers will not know of this burden, for I've hit cows and mules and chickens and small dogs, though never a cat. They're quick. I've seen my metal baby consume the fledglings of the track and split carcass to ribbon and life to carcass. The man has a face I can see now, and it is scared by the sound I produce as I lean the lever forward ever more. You're mad! I shout at the man, who could now quite nearly hear me. He will not move. You're a madman, I say, and this is the last noise he hears as the train goes gush and splatter and ugh. Oh no! And now I'm the madman, and we are twins, the ribbons and I, for my zygote has split with the new gooey occupant of the caboose. My brow is wet with coldness, and my hair sticks to skin like ivy, and I realize I've been breathing hard out of my mouth while my foot pounds animal intensity on the floor of my metal babe. It's time to make an announcement.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
I call into the mouthpiece, its tube of plastic snake to receive my dictums, the long ear of my loving babe.
We are now entering the Delhi Water Gap, and my body quivers with the energy of nature. I am made whole by our journey together, for when I leave this train, I am not the man, I am here. I am deprived, and the sounds I make are dull, and the dances I dance have no life. And when...
How strange. There's a vehicle ahead on the tracks. Men on all sides, each a bean of waving limbs and gradually visible fear as the babe chug, chug, chugs. I am not fearful, but I can sense their opposition.
Ahem. And when I make love, it is alone and in the darkness. Here, I am love. Here, I am the child, the father, the zygote, and the spermatozoa. And my brother and me drink the train's milk with Grady sups. Next stop, Ship's Heart, Pennsylvania.
I'm smart, and I turn off the mouthpiece right as my child and womb alike rip through the cheap sheets of the car. But this is not so clean a fight, and the mess of my baby's chopper sends the passengers in their distant cars to mild concern. I hear behind me, after the trailing bumper of the savaged vehicle is shaken loose from my baby's metal colon, the poundings of their little fists. In the train, they are smaller than me, because I rise up here, and they should know that from the thoughtfulness of my prior dictum. What was that noise? Please, I have a wife and a daughter, and they were greatly concerned and woken from their slumber. A man I imagine to have a weak chin warbles dull through the door. I keep it locked for this reason and pull the metal ear to my fleshly mouth once more.
The conductor is a man of vision and cannot impede his sight for your minor concerns, you ill, unsolemn masses. Leave your fists tender and uncalloused, because I am the man who works for you, and I will not listen to you. In fact, what's that? Strange, the track ahead does not glimmer in the Pennsylvania light the way I am used to. How curious.
I realize late that I've spoken this last part into the metal ear, and I worry now about the writhing human worms in my baby's belly. She will think they are upset.
No worry, it's nothing to worry about.
Yes. Now that I see it, it appears the track above the water gap is gone. And then I remember the storm that came through. And I remember how I had heard about this very scenario when the depot manager tried to prevent my baby from leaving the station. I told him about the way I danced, and how it wasn't right, and how my member was lifeless, and my heart sluggish, and my blood viscous when I could not gestate inside my metal baby. And yes, so too did the passengers now see it, for in the mirrors, I can see the worm heads slipping from the soil, waving hands out their windows. "I'm sorry, my baby," I whisper. And only then do I depress the lever accelerating my baby through this phantasmagoria of divided forest and dominated nature. She cries, and I am crying too. The pounding on the door is more intense. Only then do I look up and see the track that had once narrowed to a single line on the horizon is now split quite clearly. The water gap is approaching much faster than the pin of my ribbon-turned brother became a bean, and I remember how fast I pushed my baby, how hard I wanted her to. Can't say I'm surprised, though, like I said. I remembered everything that led to this, and I admit it makes sense when you look at it all together like that. I pull the metal ear and hold it to my chest as I say goodbye.
Well, folks, Daddy's sorry. Looks like every babe dies one day.
And then the train is filled with ribbons.
The story